My presentation is on Guanajuato, Mexico. Guanajuato is located in the center of Mexico. Their population is 3,982,593. Guanajuato covers an area of 11,805 square miles, which is equal to 30,768 square kilometers. Guanajuato's economy is based off of mining, which includes gold, silver, tin, lead, mercury, copper, and opals. Their economy is also based off of foreign trade, which has gone up over the past several years. The average temperature in Guanajuato is 64 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmest month in Guanajuato is May, and the coolest month is January. They also get a lot of rain sometimes, and their wettest month is July. But the driest month is in February. But the dry periods of Guanajuato are in January, February, March, April, November, and December. Guanajuato is in north-central Mexico, and the two river basins provide water to the state. The two river basins are the Santiago Basin and the Panuco Basin. The people of Guanajuato are called Guachichiles. Guachichiles means head painted red due to the red paint they used on their bodies and hair. Here's a video about more information. Okay, so the little boy in this video is a little bit weird, but this video gives some good information about the city. Here we go. Okay, so I think that provided like a lot of good information about the city, and there was a lot of really cool architecture. I found that a lot of the buildings were really creatively made, and I found it interesting how there were no streetlights and how all the streets were made out of cobblestone. I don't know, I think it was really cool. Okay, so next we have the momias, which was also the mummies of Guanajuato. They were originally discovered in the cemetery of Guanajuato, but now they're actually located in what's called the Museo de las Momias, which is overlooking the city. There are 119 mummies on display, but there could be more in the museum, but no one really knows. There's actually a video that I have that's going to explain a lot of information about the mummies. Okay, so this is going to explain it in the video, but the mummies weren't actually mummified technically. They were accidentally mummified, I guess you could say. The They were buried in the ground, but then they were naturally became mummied because of the combination of the dry conditions of the weather and like the dry climate caused the bodies to naturally dry out before they could decompose. So that's what caused them to actually become mummies. And people actually had to pay like grave fees, and if they couldn't pay them, the bodies would be dug up. So when the bodies were dug up, they found out that they were mummies, and then they ended up putting them on display in the museum. So here's the video that actually explains all that in more detail, and it shows you the mummies. Okay, so here are some more pictures of the mummies. I think it's really interesting how they mummified in the ground, but yeah, I think it's kind of weird how they just decided to display them as they were, but I don't know, it's the way it is, I guess. Okay, so one of the places I thought would be really interesting to visit would be the Jardín de la Unión, or the Union Garden. I just think it's such a beautiful garden to be at, and there's like a bunch of people there, and there's mariachi music, like day and night, and there's other music to listen to too. And there's restaurants and there's shopping. And I think it just seems like a really fun place to hang out. I think it'd be just a beautiful place and really relaxing. Another place I think would be really interesting to see would be the Juarez Theater. I think it just looks so beautiful, and I love theater, so I think it'd be amazing to visit there. And a lot of it's original construction, right down to the seating. And I guess they still do performances, so I think it'd be really interesting to see like a jazz performance or something. Okay, that's all. Thanks.